commonly confused words in English. Sometimes there are some words which are sometimes used as a noun and sometimes used as a verb. So this creates some confusion in the minds of the learners. Therefore, let us look at this example where it happens. The word advice is a noun meaning a suggestion for a beneficial course of action. It rhymes with mice. The way we say mice, the same way we say advice. So the sound is ice. Mice, ice, advice. So we will pronounce it as advice. In order to identify the needs of this word, we need to look at it. Why is it a noun here? So when we will be using it in the sentence, it will be placed as a noun, and that is the identity need of the sentence and the word, in which we identify that this word has to be used as a noun. Now look at this word, which is advise. The identity needs of this word advise is a verb meaning to give advice. So advise is actually related to the noun, which is advice, but it is a verb, and when it is said in a sentence that advise is being used, that means the action is being taken on the noun. So the noun advice is being given, and then when the advice is given, it becomes a verb because it is an action there. It is pronounced like it rhymes with prize. The way we say prize, the same way we say advise. So it is advice as a noun and advise as a verb. So this makes the confusion, because in pronunciation also the students get confused why it is ice once and the other is eyes, like prize, advise, and ice or mice like advice. So this is one confusion that comes to the mind of the student, that why is it different in pronunciation. The other thing that comes in the mind of the student is that why does it differ in meaning, and why is the use different in a sentence. So here, because advise is a verb, it means to give advice. To advise can also mean to notify. So the identify needs of this word are different from the identify needs of the word advise. So when it is being used in a sentence, it will be used in a different way as to be made a sentence by using a noun. This is my advice to you to work hard. So here, this is my advice to you. So advice here becomes a noun, whereas I will advise you to work hard. So again it becomes a verb here, because I advise you to work hard. I am doing an action, therefore instead of it being advice, it becomes advise. It becomes a verb. So these are the confusions that the teachers need to explain to the students. Also they need to explain that there is a difference in the spelling of the two words. As it is very clear, in one it is being used with CE and the other is SE. So with the spelling, the pronunciation also changes, and therefore it changes from advice to advise, because in one the sound is of C and the other the sound is of S, or rather Z there, because the sound here of S is being transformed to the sound of Z or Z. So it becomes advise. So these confusions need to be clarified and explained to the students, and also given examples so that the students may understand the difference of the word being used and what is the part of speech that is being used in that particular sentence, and what are the identified needs of that particular sentence, and because of those identified needs, this particular word is being used.